Haven't made that decision yet. Haven't gotten back on. Haven't given a lot of thought beyond that video, but I might. We'll see what happens there. We were going to talk about a little bit of DoorDash news today. If you've been deactivated, let us know in the chat. Roadie is hot garbage. Is big car. Yeah, I know, right? Listen, bro. I turned that on today. What up, Vicky? What up, Dan? How y'all? How y'all doing? 314 in the house. Dashing Grandpa says Roadie was good here about 3 years ago. Not anymore. Let me put this comment up because Grandpa. Let me put a little prequel into. Let me say this. There was an order today, Grandpa, and if anybody can match this, put it in the chat. For all my Roadie people, what is the most pounds of an offer you've seen on the app? Now, I have, in my account, I have a large silver SUV, is what it says. Now, obviously, with the Roadie app and many others, they're just showing you a map. You click on it, you get the details. Before we start to get into the DoorDash and the Spark, what's the largest amount, gig-wise, don't answer this, what's the largest order size, like the poundage? Roy, how you doing, man? What did Roy say? Probably say something funny. Okay, so what's happening here? What's up, Roy? I didn't have any sound, and I just lost my mind. What's up, man? What's the largest poundage? I'll wait a little bit. I saw a 300-pound order. So Big Car says 300 pounds. Okay. Dashing Across America, 480. Okay. Roadie likes to pay around 50 cents or less a mile. Okay. So 480. Anybody can top that? How many pounds? The microwave was the heaviest I've ever had, says Dashing Grandpa. PS is 950. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hold up. Dan says 2,900. All right. Tomorrow's video, I'll give you a sneak peek. The biggest order I saw today on the app was $36 as far as the cash flow. Guess how many pounds and what it was for 36 bucks. I'm going to leave you guys a couple of guesses. It'll be fun. We'll play this game, then we'll get into the DoorDash stuff and the Spark stuff. 29 pounds from a railroad company in Milwaukee. Okay. This was also, I believe, a railroad company based on the logistics and the GPS. I've seen 1,300. Roadie can also kiss my whole booty, says Big Carl. They can go to the vehicle. Hold up. Dashing Grandpa says they can go by the vehicle you have registered with them. Yeah. There's no way this would have fit in my vehicle. 2 pounds, 60, 450, 30,000 pounds for $2. Roadie was whatever, 100-pound dog food. Okay, $30. Yeah. Handsome Muscle, how you doing? Yeah, I wish. I did one Roadie today, $18. That video's out tomorrow, but I got other things to talk about. It was really easy. I picked up one box that was like 50 pounds. 8 times 300. There we go. I shared it with GigWise today because we're in the same market. And I was like, dude, can you believe this? Can you see this? 2,400 pounds. $36. 8-pound items. They're all the same based on the 308-pound items. Who is taking that? Even if you got a box truck, so it's basically a pallet of lumber or piping for $36. Now, I'm not going to give you the spoiler because there's something that happened after that. Watch tomorrow's video. Anyway, that's enough about that. It was one rail. Absolutely, Dan. Same. Facts. The same company. These companies are crazy. Can you imagine picking up 2,400 pounds for $36? Let's move on. Now that we've had a little fun. All right, I'm going to put this up here. We're not going to harp on this too much. I want to have some fun with you guys. But let me pull this up here. This is what we're talking about. DoorDash is making the appeal process easier for gig workers who are kicked off the platform. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. I'm going to talk about a couple of the content creators. Bentley Coop, I saw he did a video. I know my man Dash and Trader did a video. And a few others will talk about it, okay? If you've been deactivated, right? Or if you're somebody that's worried about it, DoorDash has put in place a few measures that might help some Dashers. But I'll talk about the good and the bad. So let me bring up this article real quick. I'm going to read just a couple little things to keep you guys up to date. Let me find, if I can, my computer's acting a little weird today, and I'm not sure why. Okay, I think you guys can still see me. My computer is like, it's got to have a bug in it or something. Okay, I don't know. Why is that all blue? Like what? Okay, there we go. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Okay. DoorDash is making, let me get rid of that Fast Company. DoorDash is making it easier for gig workers who believe they've been kicked off the app unfairly to appeal the decision, the company said Friday. the food delivery giant is rolling out in-app appeals for both iOS and Android. So basically, if you get deactivated right now or before, like I did, and I'm fine with my deactivation, I asked for it. I should have been deactivated. I want to be very clear with that. I don't need any, sympathy on that. But you can still, there is an appeal process, but you got to go through kind of email. This way is a little more streamlined. DoorDash additionally invested more resources into its reviews team so that Dashers will receive responses sooner, so quicker. That's great. The goal, DoorDash said, is that deactivation appeals will be resolved within a few business days. That's great news. Our goal is to ensure that every Dasher who chooses to earn on DoorDash is treated fairly, blah, blah, blah. A lot of the gig platforms broadly have been under fire from advocacy groups and gig workers themselves for a deactivation process. Okay, I'm not going to read all that to you guys because it's kind of boring. However, that's a good thing. They've also, on many customer accounts that have had this is from DoorDash's website, numerous claims of them not getting their food or asking for returns. On those customers, they're asking for PINs the same way Uber does. That way, if you as a Dasher deliver somebody, like in similar fashion Uber does, if the PIN is 1234, hey, you can only get that PIN from the customer. So that customer then can't return and say, I didn't get my food. Well, then how the Dasher get the PIN? It's right in our app. Good job, DoorDash. Way too late, though. You should have been doing this. Other Dashers have been deactivated. There's a lot of them right now that are being deactivated from what I'm hearing or what you guys are telling me because of the facial recognition or your ID gets expired or whatever. And then you got to wait weeks and weeks to get back on. Now, with the in-app appeal, you do it. A support agent looks at it. It actually gives you a date of when they'll get back to you, like an expected time frame. It's usually a couple of days. I think that's a good thing. It's a win. So we want to celebrate those wins if you're still driving for DoorDash. If you've been deactivated, let us know. How do you feel about this? Let us know in the comment section. I wanted to touch up on that, the PIN code, give my quick opinion on it. Too little, too late, DoorDash. You could have done it before, but I do think it's a good thing. At the end of the day, there are Dashers right now that were deactivated today or yesterday or last week. And now this process is going to make it quicker. It's going to give them more of it might not frustrate them as much because they're actually seeing in real time, like, okay, today's the 26th or whatever it is. By the 28th, we'll let you know. Submit your stuff, boom, boom, boom. It's better. So for the people that have been deactivated this week, or maybe something happens and it wasn't your fault, this is good. For Dashers out there that are tired of getting these contract violations that sometimes leads you to a deactivation or it leaves you feeling like, oh my God, now I really got to be careful with where I go and what I do. And I got to take pictures of every single thing. And it gives you things that we should not have to worry about. That PIN code, getting from the DoorDash customer, or maybe a signature, which can be fake. But the PIN code, you can't fake that PIN code. It's 4 numbers, okay? If you put that PIN code in from that consumer, that's DoorDash's way of knowing that you did your job, so that miserable customer can't say you didn't give them their Taco Bell. So I think that's a good thing. It's a good update. I give DoorDash crap when they do something bad. I'll give them praise when I think they do an update that's good. I think this is good. Let's get into the rest here. Appreciate y'all. Hit that thumbs up. 1,700 pounds on 16 foot. It's crazy. It's gonna be stupid next for the hobby. Yeah. Get gal. What up? How you doing? What up, Ryan? Chuck? Johan? What up? All right, so I think I was wrong about Walmart Spark. I want to order a public apology to all my Spark people dashing across America, dashing Trader. Gig Gal does Spark too. I've been clowning for the first 9 weeks. It was trash. I had my best week yet. Now, obviously, I met up with Trader twice. We did a little challenge. I dedicated more time to the app, right, than in other weeks. I did 2 new locations. One out where Trader's at in Glen Carbon, and a new Walmart out in St. Louis. Not new, but a new area. And I had some success with that. I've learned through you guys and with Trader's Up, shout out to him again. There's that round robin you get an offer and there's a timer on it that indicates the time frame within that hour that's when the round robin starts. So I started to learn some things, and with knowledge comes power, comes a little bit of skill you can sprinkle in. Okay. I started to learn that I also started to learn with Walmart Spark, not all the orders that are batched, like the 16 stops or 20 stops, they're not all bad. This week, I think I did 3 of those. where there were like 16 stops, 17 stops. And it wasn't horrible because of the amount of time it takes you and the cash flow that you get. So I was able to stack some of those. So I'm definitely learning Walmart Spark a little bit better specifically because that's the only app, that's the only store that the Spark driver app is really hitting for me. The City Gear, the Home Depots, the Sam's, I think Sherwin-Williams. I don't really do any of those. I haven't had success. It's all Walmart. It's shop and pay. It's curbside. And it's some of the ones that are larger routes, right? Definitely nomadic. I felt like an Amazon driver today. I did one today that paid $60. Took me 2 hours. I don't mind that. I don't love that it's 17 stops, but some of the stops are literally like you're taking it to the neighbor. You're taking 4 things to an apartment complex. You're driving 1.5 miles here, 1.7 there, then 6 miles here, and then 4 miles here, and then 2 miles there, and then 0.2 here, and 0.4 there. You're an Amazon Flex driver. You're an Amazon driver. You're a DHL driver. You're a UPS driver. You got stuff, small little packages, sometimes maybe big. Appreciate that 5. Thank you very much. But I'm starting to learn the app better, what I like, what I don't like, what I'll do, what I won't do. And I think that's why I got over the $600. Let me put this comment up. Appreciate that 5. Hi, Pedro. How you are green on metrics? If not, you still doesn't receive the good pay runs. Only medium and trash. Keep up the good work. I am not. I'm green on my on time. I'm red on acceptance. I'm yellow on cancel on completion, and I'm yellow on rating. I'm a 4.2. So somebody didn't like what I did, but it is what it is. So I appreciate that input because traders told me some of the same. Appreciate that very much. Mark G, Scooterba, appreciate that. Gigwax says, keep in mind on those large batch orders, the customer can still rate you. That's a good thing to know. And I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to be very transparent with you guys. I had several drops this week, probably 4 or 5 of them, where it's part of that GDA, I think they're called, or GNA or GDA or general, whatever. Anyways. And you get to an apartment complex and there's no code, there's no nothing, there's no instructions. It says to call the customer. This is another thing I want to bring up. Every time I've tried to call a customer, when it said call me when you get here, I can't call the customer. It goes right. It doesn't even go to voicemail. It just doesn't even ring. It just hangs up. What's up with that? Is that like a default thing? Is there something wrong? Weird. But I've had to drop things off. And I've left them in a mail room, in a safe place, a package room, when maybe technically I was supposed to, it says room 1613. Now I'm leaving it at the reception or the mail room. Just to be quick. I'm not doing all that. Just not going to do it. So I'm going to have to figure out the ratings part of that. I appreciate that comment though, because maybe that's why. Let me see if you guys answered that, because I cannot call a customer even when it says to. It's crazy. The nursing homes. Yeah. Avoid Spark orders going to 63111. Yeah, I don't do that, Don. The nursing homes give. Yeah, I can see that, handsome hustler. Always deliver. Yeah, I can see that. And I've had some ones. Okay, most of them were at. I'm gonna Gigwise will know, but we have a university called St. Louis University. We call it SLU. It's on South Grand. I had 3 drop-offs on separate times going to that place, and it was one of the halls. You walk in and it's just, no. I'm leaving it at the reception desk. I'm taking a picture. I am not doing all that with a mirror and this and that. Walmart does not pay me enough. Customers, I'm sorry. You'll get your stuff. There's a picture. In the app, you can mark exactly where you left it. I am not hunting and seeking and gathering and finding these people when they're like, you can call me. You can't call. So Walmart, fix your app. I'm not doing extra work for that little pay. Because basically, when you do a route like that, you're getting like $3.50 per drop or $2 per drop. No. Not doing all that. Sorry, y'all can be mad. I'm just not doing extra work for that low pay. Not going to do it. Sorry. It is what it is. It is very annoying. But and I've learned, you got to look at some routes and the cash flow might be good, but you got to look at the drop-offs. And if you've got one all the way in Millstown, Illinois, right? And that's where, and then the other ones are bunched together. Like, I don't know if I want to do all that, right? So I'm definitely learning the app. I'm realizing it's not necessarily trash all the time, but it's still pretty bad. And I think Roadie's going to be crazy. All right, let's see. Just delivered. That's what I'm nomadic. That's exactly what I've been doing. I'm delivering it in a place that I know it's safe. They're going to get it. I am not going to a university. There was a complex the other night. I think it was Friday. It was Friday afternoon, late Friday afternoon. And I get to the location. This is a place off of Dale. Okay, guys knows exactly where I'm talking about. Okay, down the road from the Red Robin, not Red Robin, the Donatos. Yeah, the Red Robin, big apartment complex. I get there. The address is correct. There's a door saying, "Oh, we can't leave deliveries here. You got to go here." I go to the other one. Nobody's there. Nobody's ringing the intercom. There's no information. Nope. I left that exact. I went to that door, and I left it outside. I took a picture. I cannot and will not sit around for 20 minutes waiting for a customer. Not going to do it. Anyways, we've gone off track. Yeah, Richmond Heights. You know that one right on Dale. Nah, I'm not spending 20 minutes for a $3 drop off. I will deliver it. I will take a picture. They get a notification. They can get it. Walmart does not pay us drivers enough to do all that. We're not getting any kind of benefits, no insurance, no PTO. I'm driving my own vehicle. I am not doing that. Just not gonna do it. They're gonna get their stuff. If they don't get their stuff, they can rate me bad. I really don't care. I'm not doing extra work for low pay. Not doing it. And there's no tips on those. So this week was good. Overall, it was good. We made good earnings. Very little. One Instacart. No curries. I don't do curry anymore. I don't do it. I got it on. It says I'm active. I think they deactivated me. I don't care. I'm not doing it. We did one Roadie. I think we did like 4 Uber Eats all week and made 43 or 44 bucks. Craziness. Absolute madness. Right? So I will say though, I'm learning to get out of the comfort zone a little bit, like a lot of you guys do and have do. When you starting to learn a new app, you got to do that. Deliver that was popping. I think I did 11 or 12 deliveries this week. For me in a week, that's pretty good. I had 2 days, back-to-back days where I had 3 deliveries each day, and then I had a couple twos. I mean, Deliver that's been taking care of me. I got 2 tomorrow. It's been a good app so far. I don't love the tip pool all the time, but situationally, I don't know. I had a couple runs that were like 75, 80 bucks. Cat Lynn, appreciate that. So I was on Orange because someone don't like foreigners working hard in USA. That's crazy. Only $7 to $20 runs. After I asked support to remove the unjustified rating, only $20 to $50 runs directly from mine. So I think the ratings thing, I'm gonna have to. Maybe I won't. The ratings thing I've heard is important. Dashing Trader even told me that. And I got a 4.2. I just hit 50 deliveries on Tuesday. I think I'm at like 60 something now. But I'll get it up, but I'm not going to kiss booty, kiss ass cheeks to get it up. I'm not going to sit in an apartment complex for 20 minutes trying to figure out like all this. No, if there's no code provided, this, that, I'm going to leave it somewhere safe. And I'm going to keep it pushing because I got another 15 bags in my car. I'm not doing it. I'm going to treat it like an Amazon worker, and it is what it is. Appreciate that 10 spot. Okay. So, yeah, Dashing Grandpa. Yeah. Let's not. I don't want to get into a legal or illegal war. Gigwise says I did 9 deliveries undelivered this week, which is actually a lot for that app. I imagine so. Don't often get more than 1 a day. That 9 on that app when you're getting all the tips. Oh man, you killed it. Juan, what's up? What's up, Pedro? I will not do extra effort. No, I won't. And the customer will get their stuff. I'm not going to not deliver it. I'm not just going to throw it in the grass. I'm going to put it somewhere that's safe. And I'm going to take a picture. I've tried to, somebody answer. I'm going to wait. Why is there a call customer option in the app, but when you hit it, it goes nowhere? Let me wait. Somebody in here is going to know what that means. Because I've tried multiple times, because there's been multiple customers, even one today, call me when you arrive. And you call, nothing. Yost, what up? This is the part that makes me upset about Spark. Why are people rating low for getting their stuff? It's crazy, Yost. I mean, I've delivered 1 thing of cookies, an envelope for school. I delivered a pack of pencils today. I mean, these things are just absurd. It usually works for me. No, it's not working for me. I've tried it 4 or 5 times this week. Every time. It just doesn't even go to voicemail. It doesn't ring because they don't give a crap. Somebody else enlighten me. Why? What's going on? Dash for Phil, I have not. They don't always answer though. No, I don't even get to the point where it rings. So it's weird. Everything else in the app works just fine. I've been able to send a text message. Now they haven't responded back, but when it says call customer, text customer, I can send a text. I can't call them. It's weird. Pedro, do you have to earn higher pay by doing more deliveries to deliver that? You know what, Badger? I don't think so. I really can't say. I don't think that's the case. I do think you see more offers and you can hold more in a queue as you get out of that initial driver, catering driver. I'm a preferred driver, and then there's elite. I'm not elite. I'm not trying to get to elite. I'm just going to do what I do. If it happens, it happens. But I think there's something as far as the volume, right? But I'm not sure if the pay, because it's all tip pool. So most drivers are making about the same money. But the benefit might be that you see more stuff. So there could be something to that. But on a per order basis, I don't feel like you're going to get like, I don't feel that way, but I could be wrong. Using the correct phone number. Ooh, hold up. Let me think about that for a second. You know what, Hustler? You might be onto something. Because I believe the phone number that's associated with the account is this phone, but I'm dashing with that one. I didn't think about that. So I'm going to have to flip that. I'm glad I asked that question. Thank you very much. That didn't come to my mind. I assumed it would automatically just link together. But the account access is on the other phone. And I have the app working on that device, and it is a different number. I appreciate you, man. I try to help y'all, but y'all help me sometimes. I'll fix that because we should be able to communicate with the customer. I was getting a little frustrated with it, right? I love that. Thank you. That's what it is. Man, listen, bro. I wish I could super chat you right now. I had to deal with it myself. Okay. So the offers are better with more deliveries. Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah, I think overall you're going to see more volume. I don't know necessarily if they're better, but the whole thing with Deliver That is you want the value. You want to be able to at least get one a day. In my market, I like to I average 2 a day. And the days that I have 3 are the days where it really pops for me because I can be done quicker. Because if you do 3 Deliver That, you're basically at $100 is how I look at it. Sometimes a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more, depending on the mileage, the subtotal, and if there's any incentive. This week I had one that had an extra $5, one I had extra 20. Gigwise can appreciate this. I went to Illinois, not Edwardsville, but 15 minutes into Illinois in the morning, and they sent me a Deliver That was supposed to be picked up 30 minutes from when I accepted it. Because if it comes in on that Deliver That app, I accept everything, and then I look at it and see if I can do it. I get to Illinois, because your proximity matters with that. There's a GPS, and they see where you're at, and boom, boom, boom. You could be in Illinois, and they'll send you one for St. Louis. You could be in St. Louis, they'll send you something for Illinois. But I happen to be in Illinois, about 5 to 10 minutes in, they send me 2 offers. I accept both. I'm driving. I'm not even at my drop-off yet. I'm about 5 minutes away. And I see, one of them's 30 minutes from now? And it was about 10 minutes away. I was like, I can do that. The other one was an hour and a half from now. Couldn't do it because I already had an order about 2.5 hours later in St. Louis. So I dropped the one, keep the other one. $1,100 worth of food, $20 incentive, 19 and some change, so basically 20 in fare. And then, so that's 40. And then there was, what was the rest of it? Anyways, it was $70. And I did that bad boy. I mean, I did it, and I was like, it fell into my lap. Somebody had to have dropped it. I was happy to do it, and then went back to St. Louis, and I did another one. I made $130 for those 3 orders. To me, that's where you got to be, right? And I'm going to be signing up for Zifty. I'm still waiting on Delivered, but the catering is definitely helpful because they're pre-claimed, right? So in this week in the gig economy, obviously we talked about the DoorDash. I'm learning Walmart Spark. I might be wrong about that app. I think there's some value there. I made over $600 this week. And to me, that's good. That's by far the most earnings that I've done. And it's good to have that because next week, maybe I only make 200, but I'll make 400 with Uber or 200 with Instacart. And you got to have options in your marketplace so that when one's down, because Uber was down this week, Instacart was down, I was not seeing anything. And then the other one, you give it some time, right? You go where the money is. That's all you can really do, right? But definitely Deliver That was good this week. Can't lie. It was good. All right, let me see what else you guys are saying in the chat. Yo says, that has happened to me. I have 2 phones. I tried to call on the number that's not registered, and it didn't work. Man, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about it because I assumed if you're trying to call a phone number from your phone, it would just automatically call. But I think that's a safety measure then, right? If the Spark app isn't recognizing the number you're calling from, they don't want that number just calling any regular customer. So that makes a lot of sense. I'll clear that up. I appreciate that very, very much. Daphne Grandpa says, definitely don't chase incentives. If you get them, great. If not, probably not worth it. Just divide the trips. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that, Grandpa, because when I've looked at my incentives tab, it always says like maybe an extra $15 or $5 or $3, but it lists particular stores and it says like store number or whatever and what zone. And I don't really know, like when I'm looking at offers, I'm not looking at that necessarily. And sometimes it doesn't match the area that I'm in. It might be a store 15 miles away, and I'm not going to go to that area just to maybe get some orders and maybe I get an incentive. So yeah, definitely I've learned. I haven't gotten any incentives. I haven't chased any. I haven't received any. So I think that's actually right on par with what I think. Let's see. Used to be worth it. Yeah, I look at it basically, for me, you know, I'm learning my round robins and I'm trying to catch a good shop and pay where somebody tipped well. Because what I've learned about Walmart Spark is the money is where there's a good tip. The base pay sometimes could kick in. I've done a few where there's no tip or like $1 or $2 tip, but the base pay is 17, 18 bucks and it's only 4 miles. You do it in 30, 40 minutes. I'll do that, especially if it's 2 or 3 o'clock. I've done a few of those, but you got to have a tip attached. I mean, you got to. I worked today for about 4 hours. I made decent money. The first order was on Walmart Spark, 42 bucks. It was 1 curbside pickup and 1 drop off. I'll do those all day long. And then I follow that with a shop and pay for 20, a roadie for 18, a batch order for 60. And all those were done. Boom, 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 boom. Not that bad. Canada Club, how you doing? Manny, what's up, what's up? I'm almost 40 and I'm still Gucci when it comes to sports. I don't know what that means, but Manny, I'm happy. Do you ever, let's see, let's read this from Phil here. Do you ever have any tips or thoughts for a new YouTuber doing DoorDash or food delivery videos? Oh, man, I'll say this. This GigTube is very oversaturated with gig content, but that doesn't mean you can't still do it. You got to just record your experience and let the YouTube algorithm do its thing. Just make content, and see what pops. Do shorts. If you want to do lives, do long form content, whatever you're comfortable with, just do that and let the thing do what it does. Use some hashtag DoorDash, hashtag Spark, hashtag Uber in your description because that does help situationally, and just make your videos. And when you're new, anybody that comments, you heart that comment, you thumbs it up, and you respond back if there's a question in there. Let your viewers know that you're appreciative of them. I did that in the beginning. I get a lot of comments now. It's hard to do it all now with them, but I try to do as much as I can. It's the only advice I can give you. Did I mention that I'm the best Instacart shopper in my Bay Area? That's what's up. Why do you keep popping your peas? I don't know what that means, but Danny's Deliveries, how you doing? Make clickbait to fleece the community. Okay. Lots of shorts will build your subs up pretty quick. That is true. Your shorts will build your subs up, but those subs tend to not watch maybe a live or your regular content, but they will watch the shorts. So you have to understand with YouTube, this is a quick little thing for you guys. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit. If you're somebody that's doing like me, lives, regular content, we'll call it 8 minutes or more, okay, long form, and then you're also doing shorts, you can have 3 different audiences. Many people come to this channel and just watch Sunday lives. Many people just watch the daily uploads at 8:30 Central. And a lot of people just watch the shorts. The way the YouTube machine works is there are people that might subscribe to your channel and all they're watching is shorts, or all they're watching your lives, or all they're watching is regular video. They'll never see a short. They'll never see this. So you have to be able to cater to 3 audiences if you want to grow a channel. So you'll get subs. Like I have a lot of subs, but a lot of my subs have come from shorts. That's why the almost 80,000 subs, I'm not getting 80,000 views on every video because people watch what they want to watch. So little YouTube algorithm nonsense there for you guys. All right. Let me open this one up here. When you open up the Spark app, look where the Walmart symbol is and get your proximity as close to that as you can. That's how you get the most shopping deliver orders. Yeah, I mean, I believe that. I've also gotten shop and deliver orders from home, and I'm 6 miles from the Walmart. But the proximity is important. I've learned that. Walmart says that. Other people, the proximity is definitely a thing. Sometimes you might get lucky and pop one. Yeah, I'm learning a lot about the app. I'm learning a lot about it. So I'm definitely going to use it in my arsenal. It is what it is. Yeah, I hear that, Grandpa. I hear that, Grandpa. So this week in review of the DoorDash app, we talked about that. We talked about the Walmart Spark. We got Roadie going on. What else is happening with you guys? Because, and you can put it in the chat. I'll put some up on the screen here, okay? This week, my plan, I wanted to do it this last week, but I realized me and Dash and Trader had a couple things going on and other things happened. And I said, let me not, if I don't have the time and focus, let me not do it. My plan this week is to spend a day while I'm doing work, or maybe while I'm not working at all, no apps are on, in parking lots, outside of restaurants where I have relationships, and I want to interview drivers. As I see people with bags or whatever, you could tell when somebody's a food delivery driver. And I want to basically just ask them, hey, can I ask you a question? I got a YouTube channel. I'd love to get your perspective if you don't mind being on camera. Some people will say yes. Some people will say no. Some people can't speak English. But I'm going to talk to as many people as I can and put up a compilation of interviews of what is DoorDash, Uber, what is the gig apps that you have? How are you doing? How are you feeling right now? And let them talk. For 30 seconds to 2 minutes, I'm going to do some interviews, and I want to see what the St. Louis drivers are saying. Because I believe a lot of you guys are having experiences that are ranging from good to bad, to worse, to I stopped, to it's trash, to it's whatever. Let's see what the pulse of the streets say. Because I think most drivers that do this, and I run into people that know me from YouTube all the time. And I might run into a few while we do this process of interviews. Most people will not know me. Most people aren't watching YouTube. They're not on Facebook. They're not on Reddit. They're just doing their work. And if they were on it, they were on it back in the day, and now they're not for whatever reason. So I believe the perspective that we have on this YouTube channel and the other channels that you guys watch and the other creators that are here like Grandpa and Gigwise and Gig Al and Dashing Across America and others is that we have our perspective and we have what our viewers are telling us. But does that match what other drivers' experiences are? It's going to be interesting to see what they're saying in real time as I'm asking them. And I think that could be some content that could be different, a little bit unique, and open up our eyes to what other people are saying. And I can ask them, how long have you been on the app? So if somebody's like, I've been on doing this 5 years, they're going to have a different perspective than, oh, you know what? I started 5 weeks ago or 5 days ago or, right? So we're going to get a wider range of opinions on that question and that experience. Omar, appreciate that $4.99. I appreciate all the super chats tonight, guys. Thank you very much. Chuck from Dash Across America says, if you don't go to Atlanta next month, we will drag you there. Hello. I need to text Chuck back because there's a question I have for him about that. I have talked to Madison about it. I have the clearance to go. I believe it's on a Tuesday, but I got to get with Chuck on that. But Omar, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the $4.99. I made $1,150 this week on DoorDash. My man Cliff, though, we did a video yesterday with his information from an experience he had on Friday. He's been putting in that work on DoorDash. He got back on, I think, a couple of months ago or whatever, right? And he's been doing it. Hey, any week you make $1,150 in the way that the apps are now, and he did it with just DoorDash, he's grinding. So I want to give a little round of applause, a cheer, or way to go, Cliff, because I know he did not always have the greatest experience this week. There's frustrations. $1,150 on DoorDash, that's a lot of deliveries. That's got to be over 100. Or right at it. Cliff, how many deliveries you do? Gigwise says, I talked to a worker at Buffalo Wild Wings today who does DoorDash. She likes the Earn by Time because it pays higher than minimum wage. Gigwise, I think we're going to find that when I interview some people. I think there's a lot of people that do that. Cliff, how many deliveries, bro? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. Kevin, what's up, Kevin? I can still get great orders on DoorDash even with below 20 AR because everyone who wants to be in the tier system is going to have to take orders. Sure, yeah, you're definitely going to get some. John Kneecaps is 130. I did 105 DoorDash for 50. Ooh, that is a hustle right there, John. 147. Okay, I figured it was high. I said 100 or something, right? 147 this week, and I'm still out. That is a grind. I don't know if I've had a week where I've done 150 DoorDash deliveries by themselves. How many is that per day? 150. My brain's fried. I got to get the calculator out. Usually I'm pretty good with math, but I don't want to even like try. So let's say you do 150 deliveries. I'm going to say 6 days because I'm not going to give you full 20. So 25 deliveries a day. If you're doing 7 days, it's basically like 18 to 20. So that's full time. That's full time right there, right? He's putting in that work. Yo, Marty, what up? This week I made 704 on DoorDash. That's good DoorDash earnings. Hustle is real. Yeah, that's a good hustle. Cliff, will you share the money? Says Eric. No, he ain't sharing it. I'm making up for lost time. Yeah, Cliff Dog hustling, man. Cliff Dog's been in communication with me this week. That's where we got that information from yesterday's video. If you saw it, about he's having some pay issues and earnings. He's been able to get that money. There's been some tip baiting going on. When you do a lot of DoorDash or you're working a lot of one app, you're going to notice things. Right? Because you're just the volume of 150 deliveries, which is what, if he's still out, he's going to hit 150 deliveries this week. You're going to run into some problems. But I'm happy to see that he's made some money. I feel like he's happy with those earnings, so I love that. Yeah, if I did 147 Uber Eats, I'd be over 2K. Yeah, with you, probably, yeah. I made 2,000 on Uber Eats. That's crazy. That's crazy. Just got approved for Zifty, says John. Nah, I'm going to get on Zifty soon. I'm going to try to sign up for the Illinois, Chicago area, and then hopefully they'll send me Illinois routes. We'll see what happens. I'll make a video. But I got approved on Roadie. I mean, what an app. Again, guys, I don't know if you knew this. Don't share it in the comment section, but that offer that I shared with you, something changed with that like 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours after I sent you it. Maybe you know, but don't share anything yet. Yes, Roy, we're talking about work. Talking about work, Roy. Roy, I don't know if you saw my video on the other channel. I got nothing against you, brother. You know where I'm coming from. I think we're like-minded, and I'm just gonna say that to you here. I'm happy you're here. I just can't go other places, man. It's too much. It's too many things going crazy, man. But I'm happy you're here supporting. That means a lot to me, man. I mean that. Couldn't tell you the mileage, honestly, probably around 700. Man, listen, track those miles, Cliff Dog. You got to track it for taxes anyway. So, nope, doesn't worry me. I know it doesn't, man. I know. Okay, so what other gig? I think that's it on the gig news front. I got nothing else to really share. What do you guys have going on? I think I asked that earlier. I don't know if anybody put anything in. I might have missed it. Manny says, you know what? I'll do better than shouting you out, Manny. I'll put you up on the screen. How about that? How about that? David, what's up? I just sent another appeal to DoorDash for reactivating my account. And it just gave me what looks like old way to appeal. Interesting. You were probably deactivated before the new process kicked in, and that's why. That's what I would say to that. I'm not 100%. I'm 99. Jamal, hold on. I got to read this. Pedro, I still remember you reacting trying to Arby's burger. It was like, I will give it a 6 over 10. I like to do those every once in a while. Yeah. That was maybe like a month ago. Yeah. Appreciate the 5. Catalin, God bless U.S. medical system. Totals 96 jobs, 1780, 93 this week. Tomorrow, 218 is waiting for. Woo! So you're doing medical supply runs? Wow. I love that. What's that a picture of? Is that I think I know what that is. Who? Is somebody super chatting me to troll me? What is that a picture of? That looks like a woman's vagina. Am I tripping? Let me look at that again. Let me see that again. Hold up. I don't know what that is, but maybe my mind's in the gutter. Roadie sounds like a band. What's it say? Roadie sounds like a band gig app. Ha ha. Bad. It is bad. Yes. No, sir, says Roy, we need you to snap the reins on your chariot. I don't know, sir. I think that's Dan. What's up, man? Sorry, Dan. I won't be seeing you over there anymore, bro. I'm out. Kamala will destroy STL. She might. Who knows? A broom on a wall? What? Hold on. I don't know. Oh, that's funny. Anti-vaxxer. Yeah. That's funny. Very naughty profile pic. Right? me see. Hey guys, I got a great idea. Why don't we start bragging about our earnings? Listen, let's talk about that for a second because I have an opinion on that. Horses. What's up? What up, Dan? Dan, you cool cat, man. You good with me. Let's talk about that real quick. Bragging. Because I saw my girl Gig Gal put out a video talking about bragging. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I realize there's going to be people that struggle and people that actually have success in the gig economy. There's people that struggle one week and have success the next. I think it's like with anything. When you have a good week, you want to share in that. Something wrong with that. I don't look at it as bragging. If you're talking down to other drivers, that's different. I don't look at it as bragging. I think if you're hustling out there and you had a good week, there's nothing wrong with sharing your earnings. I think most people don't share their earnings. And the ones that do kind of stand out and just like, oh, I only made 400 this week. And he's talking about he made 1,000. Who cares? Maybe he worked more. Nothing wrong with that. Trump 2024. Sorry. Hey, listen, you ain't got to apologize for who you're voting for. We all have different opinions on things. I don't know who I'm voting for yet because I think they're both trash. But we're not talking politics tonight. Drill, baby, drill. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just Cliff Dog. Yeah, he ain't trying to brag. He's out there hustling, man. I love it. Keep hustling. You ain't got to apologize to anybody, bro. Kevin says, who cares if you brag? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So how was your week this week? If you've been deactivated, there's a new appeal process. I think it's good overall. I think DoorDash really has been crapping on drivers the last year, especially the last year. So I think anything that they do good, maybe they feel bad. Who knows? They got a guilty conscience, but I'm good with it. I'm a hustler, baby. I just want you to know. Johan says, I don't think it's bragging for me. I feel like if you did good, that motivates me to make some more. Yeah. I had a pretty decent week this week. Over $1,000. I had to work 6 days for it though. Now I didn't have long days. And y'all know I didn't work yesterday, but I did work today for 4 hours. But we popped 150 today, or 157. So I was happy with that. 157 in 4 hours. I'll take that. It was 4.5. I'll take it. I got no problem with that. Is that AMC? He says he's fed up with all of us. I've had some fun being back on DoorDash. I saw that, Chuck. I like that, man. Chuck, share with the community, the ones that haven't watched the video. They reached out to you, right? Or did you continually to reach out to them? Because I know you appealed and then they didn't bring you back on. Did you keep doing it and then eventually it worked? Can you share with us just real quick, like how you got back on in hopes that maybe it might help somebody else? DoorDash in New York City is trash? Yeah. No, I appealed once a week. Okay. So Chuck was deactivated, what? God, same day I was. So we're talking 2.5 months ago, something like that. I forget. So he actually, no, I appealed once a week. Oh, hold up. Let me put that up here. No, I appealed once a week. So you kept appealing and eventually maybe do you feel like you got the right support agent? Like, listen, I love it. I love that. Okay, let's see. StreamYard. I don't know if I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. I like to read the chat sometimes and vibe with you guys. All the smack talk. All the smack talk about DoorDash. Hold up. Gigwise does not like DoorDash. What is he saying here? I have no idea how I've ever been deactivated. Yeah, I know, right? Well, you don't do it enough, so that's probably why you don't do it enough. So it's gonna leave you alone. Dash across America saw that video. You can dash if you want to. We can leave your past behind. I can do whatever I want. I'm not worried about what you guys think about me or what this person thinks. If I do this or do that, I'm gonna always do what I got to do. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna take care of my girls. So, all right. So that's what I had. That's all I had. New DoorDash info. Was I wrong? Was I wrong about Spark? I signed up for Roadie. I'm no longer on Curry. I'm still active, it says, but I had the last run I did on Curry was paying me decent. But afterwards, they sent me a message like, where'd you leave the delivery or something? I took a picture. I was like, well, I took a picture. I was like, anyways, that Curry app is bad. So, and I said that was my last one. It's going to be my last one. Since then, I haven't even seen an offer. So it is what it is. They do love DoorDash. We love DoorDash. No, you know what? This week with today, I work like 35 hours this week. I know that's not a lot to some of y'all. That's a little more than I like to work. I just don't like to be out there that much. I think the more that you work, overall, if you do it too long, it becomes a negative on your car, on your mind, on your body, sitting in a position in your car too much. I don't recommend it. I've been saying that for almost probably 2 years now. You know, I think part-time is a better way to work it. But the good thing about these apps is if you need the full-time money from here and there, you can pop in and out of the apps and work 60 hours a week if you need it for whatever reason to provide for your family. So there's value in that. I just don't want to be stuck in that position. Hold on one second. Let me take care of this comment real quick. All right, there we go. Let's see. Chuck says, when they deactivated me, they said they determined what the incident did occur. When they deactivated me, they said they determined that the incident did occur. When they reactivated me, they said they determined that the incident did not occur. That's weird, right? Because it did occur. You had a Starbucks thing, right? There was something with filming. Maybe I'm wrong, but something did happen. Somebody had to have reported you. So they're just saying it didn't violate TOS, even though in the beginning they said it did. Interesting. I'm happy you're on. So either way, it's all good. Jamal, who knows? There's a lot of people threatening me to do a lot of things. I'm going to go out and do exactly what I got to do every single day. I'm not worried about any of those people anymore. I'm going to do what I got to do. Always protect myself. I'm not worried about anybody besides my girls, my family, and the people that have my phone number. So, what's up with the scheduling? Yeah, well, if you're in a tier zone, the scheduling is going to be different. It will depend upon your market as well. There's a lot of, it's market specific, but the scheduling has gotten way worse for a lot of people, especially if you're part-time. It's crazy. Let's see. Brenda says, I got deactivated a month and a half ago. Said I was taking too long at pickup. Too long at pickup. I appealed and was finally told I could get new account. They could not reactivate. That's interesting. Said I was taking too long at pickup. Were you doing earn by time? You were probably doing earn by time, and they thought you were milking the clock. Put it in the chat, Brenda, where you hadn't been doing earn by time. Yeah, I think Cliff Dog, but have you heard about the new one? I think it's better. Rather join the Shaolin Temple in Vegas than do DoorDash. That's funny. Guilty until you... Oh, yeah, this is another thing I want to say about that. Why is that, Badger and everybody? Guilty until you're proven innocent. It's stupid. But they have done some things. But yeah, a customer can say they didn't get their food. Or a merchant can say they were rude. Whatever, right? And then automatically you're like deactivated, and then you have to... They should ask you some questions first. Hey, can you submit a picture of this drop-off? The customer said this. Hey, what happened at the Starbucks? Or Pedro, what happened at the Papa John's? Can you tell me? Because they're saying this. And then they should be able to look at it with some human eyes and say, okay, now we deactivate or not deactivate. Because most of us that are doing this, when you get deactivated, it's a gut punch, man. It sucks. We're here trying to make money, then you get deactivated? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Cloud says, there are so many drivers or gig workers now. I've been thinking about starting my own local car detailing service. Okay. All right. Yep. They think of the Justice Department. Yeah. Cliff Dog says schedule. Yeah, definitely get on that schedule. My girl does DoorDash a little bit. She's been running into problems where she wants to work and she can't dash now, and the next block's like an hour and a half away. Like, you know, she did very little bit this week. I think she did like 6 orders or something like that. I don't know. Corporate thinks computer eyes are more efficient and accurate. Yeah, well, I mean, you got to understand there's millions of drivers. So these companies are going to have AI and software and things. They can't have live eyes and live support and, you know, every app, not just DoorDash. The Curry app was trash, dude. Their support is, they got bots for everything. All these apps do. Uber does it. They all got the bots, man. They don't care about us. It's fine. We got to care about ourselves. These companies don't give a fuck. They don't care at all. So that's what I had this week, man. Ooh, Marty. What's up, Marty? Made 1,300 plus on Spark this week, 42 hours total. Not too bad. I'd say that's really good. That's above average for most people, right? Happy to hear that, Marty. Yeah, and I think that Chuck made that point in a video of mine talking about Spark, and I like it. And other people say, hey, you got to learn it. That round robin, do this, do that, be patient, don't take this, look for the shopping orders, do this, do that, find a good Walmart. I think my Shrewsbury Walmart is very hit or miss. I think the Kirkwood one, the Glen Carbon one are better. The Manchester one, I did one on Manchester. That when I went, there was nobody there, and they came out right away. And these are all small sample sizes, but you have to find, just like with DoorDash or Uber, what merchants are good. Which ones do we do business with? Hey, I like this McDonald's, but that McDonald's isn't good. This Taco Bell's trash, but that Taco Bell's okay, right? So with the Walmart Spark app, or really any app, where do you want to position yourself? What parking lot do you want to sit in? When I go to the Shrewsbury one, there's 5 to 10 guys I see there every single time. And they're the same dudes. And there's this one guy, I've noticed him a lot this week, and he was giving me the stink eye. Because I did more this week than ever before. So he's looking at me like, who's this new guy brushing up on our territory? He gave me that look. I've noticed it. And these guys, every time I'm there, they're there. Like every time. So that means they're working a lot. I saw them today, and I don't ever work Sunday. So these guys are working 7 days a week. They've got multiple accounts, multiple phones. They got their wife or girlfriends with them. Sometimes they got their kids. I mean, they run a little operation over there. They're making money. And I don't know if they're legal or illegal, quite frankly. I'm not going to assume. It's also really not my business because they're just working. I have no idea. These guys they don't look like they're doing anything wrong. They're not holding cases of orders with milk in the hot sun like we've seen in other content creators' videos. I see them just hustling. I see them running in the stores like they are working. So I don't know where they are, where they came from. I don't know. It's not my business. But they're there every single day. I will say that. They're there every single day. Every day. Every day. Every day I'm there, they're there. So that can't be a coincidence because I'm not there all the time, and I'm not there every single day. But I see them all the time. Texas Tough, what's up? And I'm sure Gig-wise and other people in St. Louis would recognize some of these guys as well, right? Dashing Trader came out to my market. He saw it. He saw exactly what I was talking about. Cloud says, DoorDash has been really bad in my market. I'm at 60% AR. I only made $10 on it this week. Good thing Spark is here. It's crazy how we have so varying experiences, man. Is the Maplewood Walmart the one you call Manchester? No. Maplewood is South Handley. There's one on Manchester that's kind of out there on Manchester. I did one there this week. The one in Maplewood, South Handley. I did one shopping pay on South Handley today. My first shopping pay at that particular location. But yeah, like I said, I only did 20. I mean, when I'm working, most of the time, 90% of the time, I got Instacart on, boom, and I'm just looking. Right? I got it on. It's on the background. If something pops up, I only did one $22 order for 2 items at Target. It took me 15 minutes. That's a really good one. That's it, though. So only Instacart. Uber. I did 4 Uber runs this week. Look at my Instacart. I can't show you the Uber because it's on that phone. But look at this. Or actually, I can. I will in a second. Look at these earnings. Every market's different. $22.89. I did 1 order. That's all week, guys. All week. All week. The thing just wasn't going off. There were not opportunities. Now, I would have made more money on it if I didn't have any other apps on and I just sat at Aldi and Schnucks all day. Yeah. But no. We're not doing that. Right? We're going to go where the money is. And Instacart, because I'm not platinum or I'm not diamond anymore, oh man, they don't show you anything. But let me show you my Uber earnings. Let me put that up. Okay, check this out. $43.41. That's all week. That's all week. $43 all week long. Craziness. on Uber, man. I mean, the trash was just so bad. But then, you know, weeks before, I've had weeks where I've made several $100s and it's been good. I think this is my thing with Uber. I think you got to be lucky and you got to be busy, and the app will reward you. Because when I get an order, they usually try to send me another one and another one. But if you don't really work the app because you're not accepting the trash, you're just not going to make money. You got to really accept. But you got to have luck, because I'm not taking $3 for 6 miles. That's my average this week on Uber was $3 or $4 for 6 or 7 miles. I was seeing orders $6 for 25 miles. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that. How much did you make on Deliver That this week, Pedro? Deliver That's always harder to calculate for me, because the way you get paid is like, you know what I'm saying? Let me do it in my brain real quick. Well, I did. Like $400. Yeah. So 400, 600 on Spark, 43 on Uber, 22 on Instacart, and 18 on Roadie. So I made like $1,100 this week. It wasn't bad. I'll take that. I had to work today though. I didn't have to, but I did work today. So it would have been just under a G for 5 days, but I worked today, so made up a little bit of money. Because I had a day this week that I only worked like 4 hours. So, our Walmart employees. Ooh, I want to talk something else I learned about Spark. Let me read this comment first from Ryan. Are Walmart employees getting orders out to all of you timely? It was bad when DoorDash was partnering with them. Man, I've had very timely and I've had long waits. There's a lot of factors. I did learn this though, because I was at the Shrewsbury Walmart. I pulled in and there was a guy that had been there. I don't know how long he had been there. And he was standing outside of his car. And the guy started coming to a few other cars and not his. He was like, "Where's my order?" And he's like, started yelling and screaming. And then 5 minutes later, they brought it out. And the workers, after, you know, a couple of minutes after they brought him his stuff, they came to me. I was like, "Hey, I saw that guy was acting crazy. Is he all right?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, he didn't check in properly." I was like, "Well, that was on him then, right? He got there. He didn't put the parking spot or whatever." So there's a lot of factors. But one thing I've learned, and I've validated this with some of you and other people I've met in person and Walmart people, these Walmart associates and the manager that manages that Spark room, they got bonus incentive and timing metrics that they have to meet, that they get graded on. So when you get to a place and you're there for 15, 20 minutes, you know, you get that little alert, this offer now is eligible for more earnings, and it's usually a couple of bucks. I've had that happen several times. There's been times when that's happened to me. There's been times when I've only been there like 5 or 10 minutes and the order gets canceled. And you get no pay, or you get like $2 or $3. And then it sometimes will come right back to you, and I've accepted the same order. That's happened to me a few times, and I actually got paid an extra couple bucks for doing the same work, and I was fine with it. Other times it goes away and you get nothing, or somebody else grabs it and you waste your time. But what's happening is, situationally, that Walmart customer can cancel it, but also what happens more often is, and a lot of you guys know this, the Walmart associate or manager will cancel it because it's late on their end and they want it to go back in the pool, and I think it then becomes on time or whatever. And they don't have that metrics that's negative on them, which is weird, because if they're canceling a lot of orders or repurposing them, you would think that's the metrics they would follow as well. But that's frustrating. I've also heard Walmart Spark people can cancel orders and give them to other drivers, and at least put them back out in the pool so that their friends that are sitting in the parking lot can get the good orders. It's crazy, man. There's a lot of shenanigans going on there. A lot of that. Appreciate that, Jamal. Good night, man. Appreciate that. My market for Spark employees are super fast. Yeah, I've seen fast and very slow. BlackRock owns us. Yeah, a little bit. Remember to always be very respectful to the Walmart loaders. They will show favoritism. I treat those guys and gals, I'm talkative. I go out there. I give them that code right away. I start scanning and I start loading up. I do not sit in my car. I get out. Boom, boom. I think one time when it was like one item and the girl was like, "Oh, I got it," and she just put it in, and I still came out because I had to scan the thing, but you give her the code. But yeah, I'm very appreciative of them. You have to treat them well. Because I even verified, I asked the two guys talking about the guy that was yelling. I was like, can't you guys like report them? And they go, oh yeah, we can, and we have before. So if you're acting a fool in a parking lot, you can have your Spark account reported, deactivated, banned from a store. They might recognize you in your car. You don't think some of them, if I go over there acting a fool tomorrow, and then on Tuesday I go back, you don't think they see my car like, remember that asshole? Oh, we're going to make him wait now. Oh, we're going to cancel his trip now. That happens on a daily basis. So treat those people well. Good point, Gigwise. Facts, Roy. Joe, the big bike machine says delivery has totally died in my market. It's getting terrible. I made $200 all week. Joe, you going back to W2, brother? Don't react too late. If it's dried up, it's time to move on, right? That's crazy, Cliff. Yeah, man. Yeah, those pins. You got to get those pins, guys. Get those pins. Get those pins from them customers. Dang, I did 43 batches on Instacart this week. Man, I did one Target run on Instacart. It was a good one. It was a great one, actually. $22 for 16 minutes is well above average for most of us. I'll do that any day. But, yeah, I just happen to have it on. I happen to be across the parking lot and like, oh, I'll do that. No giggity. What up, Matt? Since my ass got a W-2. That's what I'm saying, Matt. Tell them, listen, there's nothing wrong with having a W-2, guys, and going back. We have to make money. And if your market, because every market's different. St. Louis, I'm lucky. There's enough money out here for me still right now for the time that I give it. But like Matt's saying, listen, if you're not seeing earnings, if your car's having issues, if you have a car repair that you can't pay for, and you've been doing this a lot, that's a sign that you need to stop. Let me repeat that. One of the number one signs is if you're really driving a lot and you got a car repair and it's $500, $800, whatever, $1,000. If you ain't got the money to fix it to get back on the road, that means you're not making enough in the gig economy. That means this work is becoming a negative for you. That W-2 job, at least most of them, you can go to it might be a 15, 20, 30-minute drive, whatever. It's 15 miles a day you're driving, or 30 miles a day. That's it. And your car's in a parking lot. You're not depreciating it as much. So we have to make these tough decisions sometime, right? We have to, and there's nothing wrong with it. Don't feel like that's like you taking a shame walk or something like that. You got to provide for you and yours, right? You got to provide. And this kind of work isn't going to last as long for everybody. Everybody's going to have their shelf life. Matt, appreciate you stopping in, brother. AMC, what's up? AMC with the $9.99. Y'all don't want to work. Interview me, AMC. I don't know if I'm bringing anybody up. I don't know. I think there are some people that don't want to work. I would agree with you on that. There are a lot of lazy people. There are a lot of people, and I've said it before, that are stuck in 2021 and 2022. And they have not adapted. They haven't grown. I agree with you on that, but that's not everybody. But yeah, if you're somebody out there and you're really grinding and you're taking this and you're doing that and you're keeping your head down and you're focused and you're looking at that dollar amount you want to make or need to make for the week, and you're like, nothing's going to get in my way. Yeah, there's not enough people like that, but there are some people like that. But we do have a lot of lazy gig workers. I'm not going to take that away from you. I think you're right about that. Destin Grandpa says, I just had to put 4 tires on my ride. Not fun. Tires are expensive. But everyone needs money set aside or a way to pay for it. Destin Grandpa, I could not agree more with you. So in my example, I made 157 today, right? In my mind, I only made $100. I only made $100. That 57 goes to a whole nother account. I don't touch it. I don't do anything with it. Right? Nothing. Because last week I had to put a little money into the car. Not a lot, but a little bit. With my other car, I had to do the catalytic converter. That was like $1,000. You got to get tires. Everybody's going to get a battery, maybe an alternator. You're going to need spark plugs. You're going to need rotors, brakes. If you do this full time, we've all had those things and many more. Some of you might need a new transmission, a tune-up. Obviously, there's oil changes. Okay? There are expenses you're going to incur the more you do this. So you definitely have to put some money aside, even if it's $10, guys. You got to have that oh shit money, as I call it, for your car. You got to, because your car goes down. You can't, if you got to have it in the shop for 2 days or something, that sucks, right? But if you got to be down for a whole week and you can't make money, you're really screwed, because now you lost out on a week pay, and then you still got to pay for your car. Or some people, their car goes down, they just stop doing gig work. A lot of people do that as well. So definitely keep yourself protected. AMC with another $9.99. Damn, bro. You make good money this week? I take those no-tip orders, still making $30 an hour. Well, you're in NYC, so a different experience, but you adapted. You saw where the money could be. You saw that active time. You saw the opportunity. Respect. Thanks for the $9.99. Appreciate all the super chats tonight, guys. Thank you. I'm going to buy myself dinner tonight, maybe. You have to work your vehicle. That's your tools to work. You have to have your vehicle. It's your tool. Absolutely. 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 So happy to see some familiar faces in here. Grandpa, Matt, it's been a little minute since I've seen some of those guys. Appreciate y'all very much for stopping in. He and NYC haven't get paid the most. Yeah, I mean, NYC is different. Cali's different. And St. Louis is different. St. Louis is a very good market for catering apps. It's a DoorDash market. It is. It can be a Walmart Spark market. Not a Curry market. Doesn't seem to be a Roadie market. Very hit or miss with Instacart. I know a lot of people that do Instacart, and they've gotten away from it a little bit, right? So I believe a lot of us are noticing and starting to see the trend of, I've worked this app for a while, now it's not as good. And there's a lot of factors for that. So is it W-2? Is it another app? Is it, you have to, we all have to make that personal decision for ourselves. I'm not swaying you one way or the other. But those car repairs, man, they will catch up. They will catch up. I hear that. Can't put anything aside for the moment. Listen, we've all been there. If you ask in catering app, St. Louis doesn't have a very busy catering market. I call BS knowing it firsthand. Yeah, I feel like from other people, not the catering app specifically, but other drivers, I've heard them say to me, yeah, I've heard St. Louis is a top market, whatever that means. I don't know what the criteria is. I feel like the catering apps and GigWise, like you're saying, I'm vouching. I feel like it's in that top third, right? It's in that top tier, right? I believe that. I see enough opportunity. There's enough businesses. There's enough going on. Our infrastructure is good enough. We're not a huge city, but there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. Daston Grandpa says, leave your Roadie app on at night, especially late night. Occasionally, you will get a prescription order going to a nursing home or rehab facility. You're talking about like for the next day, pre-claimed? Because I noticed today when I had it on, I turned it on at like 11 after I finished my process of signing up and getting approved. And then the first thing I try to accept, it says my background didn't come in yet. And then like 2 minutes later, I was able to accept something. Anyways, I saw a lot more in the beginning, and as the day got later, as it got to be like 6 and 7, I still looked, and there was one offer left in the whole market at that time. And then right before I went live, I looked, and there was nothing there. So I don't know if you're saying like keep it on all the time, and then you get something in the middle of the night for the next day. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. deliveries. Oh no, I'm not doing. Grandpa, I am not. For me to get out of bed, this is a good question for you guys in the chat. 2 a.m., 3 a.m., your phone goes off. How much does the order have to be for you to accept it? I'll tell you mine right now. For me, it's going to have to be, okay, if it's 20 miles or more for 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I need $200. I'm sorry. That's to interrupt my sleep and to have to wake my girl up and be, hey, babe, I'm going to make $200. If it's 5 miles or less, I need $100 to get out of my bed, 2, 3 a.m. Now, if something pops up, it's like 6 in the morning. Hey, I'm up. That's different. But in the middle of the night, Grandpa, I need me at least a C note. 7 miles. All right. Y'all got too much pride, bro. What are you talking about? I'm not getting, listen. No, I'm not doing that. Then my girls be like, she's going to question me like, what are you doing at 3 a.m. in the morning? Where are you really going? Going to strip club? Nah, I don't want that smoke. 200, 150? Yeah. No, I want, yeah, man. Stand on business. Yeah, I'm not, yeah, no. I'm up most of the time. Anyway, no, I'm not. Most of it, unless we're out doing something at 2 and 3 in the morning, I am asleep. I used to be staying up that late. Most of the time, Sunday nights are the one night I stay up late because I got the live going on, and then I'm always amped up. And even when I click off, I usually don't go right to sleep. But man, when it's midnight, most of the nights by midnight, I'm sleeping. Most of the nights, I'm in bed. I'm sleeping. Or if I'm not sleeping, I'm in bed and I'm chilling, or I'm working on something else in the office, or I'm not. I need at least $100-$200 if it's more than 20 miles. Yeah, no. Now I've had some when I was doing curry. I had a curry come in late night, and it was money, and I thought about doing it, and I didn't. It was like $800, but it was still going way too far, and I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. 3 a.m. So, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not my vibe. Not my vibe. Pasta pills into it. Nah. Yep, 200 middle of the night. Yeah, Mike. Listen. Your girl gonna be like, where you guys? Matt. She would probably listen. My girl. Hold up. Are we good? Yeah. She would. I mean, I could do whatever I want, but she would give me a side eye like, you really got one? And I would just be like, look, it's right here. Like, cause listen, you a dude and you leaving your house at 3 a.m. That's booty call time in my neck of the woods, right? So listen, we ain't doing none of that, but I ain't trying to have my girl I'm not trying to give her any idea. Listen, I've told y'all this, and if you haven't heard me say it, my biggest thing in life is I want peace. When I come home, I like a peaceful home, and I work really hard to have peace in my life. So I don't want no smoke. 200 and a Sephora gift card for my girl. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, listen, I know y'all get it, man. I know y'all get it. Juan, what's up, brother? How you doing? Since I have my 88 Honda Civic wagon, ooh, that's a good car. I'm considering doing DoorDash on a spare time basis. A W-2 job, to be truthful, is more sustainable for me than wasting time not receiving orders. Juan, listen, for me, I think that for most people, the way I recommend it is get you some steady income. That's W-2, another kind of contracting work, whatever you got, YouTube, whatever it is, social media, coaching, your team, whatever. Steady income, and then use these apps as extra income, side hustle, supplemental, paying down debt, saving money, saving for a home, whatever it is. You use these gig apps as that side chick. But you need to have a main chick, right? The main chick you can rely on, the main money you can rely on, it's going to make you feel good. Find that, and then your side piece, the side apps, DoorDash, Uber, Walmart, that's your side piece. That's your, hey, my W-2 ain't cutting this week. They didn't give me enough hours. All right, let me go to my girl ain't smiling at me. She ain't cooking dinner. Where's my side chick? Where's my goo-mom? Remember Sopranos, right? That's how I look at the gig apps. That's how I treat them anyway. On my side pieces. AMC says, nah, I work full time. That's funny. Going live for tips. Real smart. What up, Josh Giddy, super collector? I'm only 59 and I can sleep when I'm old. Grandpa, love it. I love that. I love it. So yeah, man, just checking in with you guys. This is the gig week news. We talked about the DoorDash stuff. We talked about, I think I was maybe wrong with Walmart. I'm not patient, guys. When I turn apps on, I want to see decent opportunities. I tend to get frustrated and unmotivated when I turn on a new app or something and it's just, I see trash. It's like, what is this, right? I want to see at least, I know I'm going to see trash, but there's got to be some sprinkled in that are decent. And that wasn't my experience on Walmart in the beginning, or Spark, I'm sorry. But I'm starting to see and learn a little bit. So, I'm going to keep giving it a little more time and see what we can do. Trade schools. Yeah, hey, listen, trade schools could be something for people, right? Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate that. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, y'all. Appreciate. Paris, what up? How you doing? Big Age Diecast says, nah, I gig work full time. Hey, I love that for you because it's sustainable in my market, so it works for me. Absolutely. When I say these things, I'm speaking to the ones that are saying they're struggling, the market's dried up, I only make $200 or this or that. I'm speaking to those. If your market's great, do it, right? If I was working 50 hours a week, right, I could do it better with the gig economy in St. Louis. You know, if the YouTube went away and all the other things went away, it would be tough. And I wouldn't like to have to do it, but I could do it. If I needed to do full-time gig work for the next year or two, I could do it. And our lifestyle would stay the same. But I'd be a little more grouchy. I wouldn't have as much time to do things that I enjoy. I wouldn't be able to enjoy life as much. That's why I like to have, 30, 35 hours making my YouTube videos, doing this, doing that, trying different things, trying to grow another YouTube channel, get that monetized. I try to have a decent balance so that I'm not too focused on one, especially a gig app. I don't think any of us should focus too much time on just like one or two apps, unless you got a real strict plan and you're working towards something super meaningful, right? At least that's me. That's how I look at it. Joshua, what's up? Appreciate you being a member, man. How you doing? My cutoff is 10. All right. 10 what? 10 hours? My wife works full time. Ooh, I wish I had more time to do more YouTube videos. Yeah, I mean, we can make the time, Grandpa, but YouTube's tough. It's hard. YouTube is a grind in a similar way, but different way as the gig work. Anything that we're producing, whether it's content or you're producing deliveries, you're trading time for possible money or money down the line. Like, it's a grind. To do it and do it right, it can be a grind. Appreciate this 5-pager. When you want to know more Spark tips and tricks, let me know. I can give you everything I know. Appreciate that 5. You can always email me. But Dash and Traders helped me quite a bit. We had some conversations. I saw him twice this week. We had lunch. He put me on some game, and many of you other guys in the comments that I read and those videos that I made. I was in that restaurant game. I did all right. Joshua says I usually work DoorDash 7 a.m. to, ooh, damn. That's a grind right there. 7 a.m. to 11. What is that? 12. That's 16 hours. You working 16 hours? That's crazy. Jason, what's up? Jason says, I had a rough Walmart week. You have to be very selective. They go through real fast, real quick. Yeah, they do. Unless you got the round robin with that timer. But yeah, those other ones that are good, if it's like a curbside or like an on-demand, the good ones go like that, man. People pick them up quickly. Yeah, I can't do 6. I could do 16 hours. I've done maybe I've done that once, maybe on Uber back in the day, but nah, I'm not doing it anymore. I got other things. I can't. Plus, I can't leave my little one with my girl all day home. Our daughter Ruby is wild. She's 3, and she is full of life. Y'all think I got a lot of energy? Y'all think I got that? My girl is. Whoop. So I gotta help my chick out by now because she's a stay-at-home mom. She can't be at home all day. I gotta tag her out like a wrestler. Tag, I'm in, you're out. Boom, go do something, go whatever. Because my chick, man. My girl she don't take naps anymore. She's all over the place. Dasher Phil. Yeah, I know, right? 16th, not bad. I did 24 a couple of times on bike. Yeah, no. 25 hours a week. Yeah, Grandpa, that's a really good sweet spot. If you're in a good market, you can make decent money with those hours and then fold in another way of making income. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for some markets for sure. Definitely. All right, what else you guys got on your mind? What else you guys have? You got questions for me? Let me know. Yeah, there's a cap. Yeah. On Uber, and I can only have my Uber app on for 12 hours. There's drive time. It's only 12 hours. So if you're gonna do 16, you gotta mix it in a little bit, right? Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate y'all. How many thumbs up do we got? I'm gonna beg for some thumbs up. How many we got? Let's see. Do we got at least 75? How many? We got 80 thumbs up. Appreciate that. I ain't gonna say anything. Y'all, it's all good. 80 thumbs up is good. It's good. Yes. The email, actually, let me put it up right here. My email is, I'm no longer sharing my phone number. If you have it, you have it. And many people have it. But as far as my email, I can give that out. I don't have a problem. This is my my YouTube email. Let me put it on the screen. There it is right there. So if you guys got something you want to share, I try to get to as many of them as I can. Stofel, appreciate that. Yeah, blessings to you, man. Oh, should I order? I think, you know what? You guys have done some good supersets tonight. And it's been a long time since I've ordered food. Should we do a live food order? And do a food review and see if we get all of everything that we ordered. You guys like that, don't you? It's been several months since I've done that. I'll tell y'all what. I'm going to take a pee break. I'm going to show y'all a video. And if we got 100 thumbs up on the stream, then I'll do it. I don't know if I'm going to go back to DoorDash or not. There was a question I posed in the video. And as Deliver That's gotten better for me and Walmart's gotten better, I might not have the need to even have it as an opportunity. So I haven't decided yet. If I do it, you guys will know because I'll make a video. Cliff says, fuck yeah, let's go. Oh, man, that's happened a few times, man. Jody, how you doing? Appreciate you, Jody. How you doing? Yeah, that's happened a few times. You know what's funny? The last thing I ordered on Uber Eats, not on this, I wasn't live, but I did it like last week. I ordered myself something. And instead a guy was going to pick up my order, and he was on a bike. And a woman showed up, cracked out, and she was not on a bike. A cracked out delivery driver in a car, not on a bike, using somebody else's account. Now, her man or whatever could have been in the car. Whatever, that's fine. I wasn't worried about it. But they weren't on a bike. So he's got that little loophole on the Uber Eats app. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look. What app do I have on this phone here? Actually, yeah. I'm going to use the bathroom. Let me pull up this video. Qualia just made my whole night. Matt came up in here. Qualia's up in here. Hold on. Let me put this up. That's my dog right here. Qualia! Hello, beautiful beings. Yes, I love when she says beings. I love that. Yes, Qualia. All right. Let me see. Should we do Uber or DoorDash? But y'all got to get them likes up, though. We need 100 likes, right? Let me see. I think I have the DoorDash on here, right? Let me see. I'm deactivated on DoorDash, but let me see if my account's still alive or I can order food. It is. All right. Let's see. I don't have Dash Pass, and I do have Uber One. So I think what I'll do is, all right, I'm going to use the bathroom. Let me play all this video. Well, will you be able to hear it? I think you will. Let me see something here. What's up, Qualia? Yes. Sorry, I love a lot of y'all, and I know some of y'all in the chat, but Qualia is... It's my girl, man. All right, let me see. I'm going to put up this video, or let me see something here. I had some videos in here. Or maybe I'll give you guys some... Can you guys hear this? Hold on. No, you can... All right, let me use the bathroom. I'll be right back. You guys keep each other company. All right, y'all, we're back. We're going to order some DoorDash. It's been a minute. I haven't ordered DoorDash in a long time. I've been using Uber Eats just because. We're going to do DoorDash. Let's see if we got our 100 likes on the screen. Let's see. 92. We need 8 more. Y'all got to come with it. Come on. All right, let me go here. Boom, 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 boom. We're done talking about business. Let's have a little fun. Let's see. Intermission beverage. A little vodka and Dr. Pepper. Ooh. I've never had vodka and Dr. Pepper. That's an interesting combination. I've had Dr. Pepper and rum. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe not. Eric. Nah, bro. All right, hit the likes on the stream. You want to see a live order. You're going to order Chinese. I love me some Chinese food. But I don't think there's a lot of Chinese places that are open. Let's take a look. I'll give you guys the options. So here's our phone. Okay. Ooh, did I just... Well, no comment. Okay, hold up. Let's see. We're limited. It's 10:38 right now. Okay, so we're going to be limited in the options of what we can order. 93 thumbs up. Listen, we need 7 more, man. Y'all tripping. Let's go. Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate it. Oop, 96. 4 more. Hit that thumbs up. You ain't thumbs up the stream yet. Do it. Let's see what ordering. I can just get some White Castle, y'all. I know y'all like, ugh, White Castle. Survive and Thrive. What up, bro? White Russians? You can't drink a lot of those. They're like too sugary and like. I was drinking Fireball and Wild Cherry Pepsi. Ooh, that's a good combination. 97. Yep. Svedka and cranberry. Yeah, cranberry. Okay. 98. Yeah, hit the like button on both accounts. Hit it. Nice. Appreciate it. All right. We'll get to 100. Let's see. What do we order? I'm going to give you guys 3 options. The one I see the most in the chat is what we do. White Castle's 1. We're limited because it's late. So either White Castle, Papa John's. I can do pizza because pizza heats up where I can eat it tomorrow. Or Jack in the Box. Those are the options we got, guys. Jack in the Box, Papa John's, White Castle. Put it in chat right now. What are we eating on? 102. All right, we got 102 thumbs up. Appreciate it. All right, what are we eating on? White Castle, Papa John's, Jack in the Box. Jesse Grandpa says Papa John's, Jack. Okay. Papa John's. That's like 3 Papa John's now. 4 Papa John's. Oh, damn. Let me see. There's a Papa John's. If I had a rock, I could maybe hit. No, I couldn't hit the Papa John's with a rock, but I could walk to the Papa John's. That's how close it is. Carl's Jr., Papa John's all the way. Okay, well, let's see. When do they close? It's 10:40. I'm going to try to put it out. If I order this, what if I don't get it because they're closed? I'm going to try. Let's take a look. Let's get, it's so expensive though. I don't know why it's so expensive. Let's get some lemon pepper wings. They got like the buffalo lemon pepper, hot lemon pepper, boneless. Yeah, let's get some of those. Those look yummy. Let's get, what order size do they come in? 10. I thought we'll get 10. $9.99. Probably 11. White Castle. They probably close at 11. Let's see if we can get this in. I don't know. I have a feeling they might be like, oh, we're closed or something like that. So let's do that, and then we'll do a breadstick kind of deal. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, how much we tipping? We're just getting into 2 items. We don't need to get a lot. Jalapeno rich, really good. They hella expensive. Oh, they crazy expensive. I'm about to spend like $30 on 2 items, but it's okay. How much are you going to tip or do a no tip and tip after? I feel so like embarrassed if I don't put a tip in. That's like such like, because I'm Mr. No Tip, No Trip, right? So $19.48, no delivery fee. You're saving $149. There's no fee. The total's $24.37, and I haven't even tipped yet. How much are we tipping? Let's see. Hand it to me. I'm going to do the hand it to me. Do you want to meet this person, or we'll just let them leave it at the door, right? No, we'll do hand it to me. Why not? Look at this. This Dasher tip is only $2.50 as suggested. Part of that's the mileage because I'm so close. Don't buy expensive. $5 on the app, $5 in cash. I have some cash in the car. I'm gonna do $5 in the app, and I'll go to the car with you guys, and I'll get $5. I got a $5 bill in the car. Grandpa, I like that. So we're looking at $29.37. Oh my God, for 2 items, 10 wings and some cheese bread. Oh Lord, let's place the order. Let's see if it goes through. Submitting order. I don't want to show my address because other people have done that on YouTube already this week. So I got docs, but whatever. Processing order. Let's see. Order placed. Boom. Okay. Arriving 10:50. We'll let you know when you're okay. So we're gonna see when we're gonna get this. What debit card did I have attached with this? I don't even know. I forgot. I thought it was an old one, but okay. You can see I'm very close to Papa John's. Okay, so we did a hand to me. I'm gonna get a 5 spot for the guy or gal in cash. I tip 5 in the app. They're asking me if I want to do a double dash or giving me 14 minutes to do that. Not gonna do that. Don't need to. I went grocery shopping yesterday. We don't need anything. Where's my other chocolate? There it is. So we'll meet this dasher outside, and we'll see what we got there. Okay. Arriving in 12 to 22 minutes is the time frame that we're getting here. Yeah, no, $2.50 for a tip was suggested, so that means this would have been a $4.50. This order would have came in if the driver's close. If I did the suggested tip, and I think most customers do, it would have came in at $4.50. And if the driver's close, probably it would have been 2 miles or less. And a lot of drivers would take that. So, that's the issue with some of these tips is there's enough people taking stuff like that. And, you shouldn't have tipped and asked them why they took it. Yeah, I've done that one other time. It was a couple of years back. I'm not doing that. Plus, I want to get my food. I don't want people playing with my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they're preparing my order right now. Let's go ahead and go to the car and get that cash. I don't think I have any cash in the house. I keep my cash in my car. So let's do that together. We'll turn the light on for the dasher. So let's do that. We're gonna have to go to the car. It's gonna be a little dark, but let's take a stroll, guys. Leaving the office in the basement. I just hit my head. And okay. Grab. I don't need that. Let's go in the garage. I have to turn the lights on. It's going to be super dark. Turn this back porch light on. Boom. All right. I'm staying in my deck. I started it. Well, not really, kind of. It's beautiful outside. My kid's pool in the background. See that? All right. So, Grandpa's like, you got tip cash. All right. Let's go on the whip. Some cash here. You know what? We'll do the live from here for a minute. How about that? Boom. Good idea. All right. Can anybody guess how much cash I have in my car? You guys ready? All my cash tips, or if I have cash for whatever reason, or I get an ATM and I gotta, I keep them in my car. So I got some change. We're not going to count that. I keep quarters because, all gig drivers need quarters, especially if you do shopping pays at Aldi. I got a 20 spot. It's been in there for a minute. I knew I had a couple of 5s. There's 1 5. I got 1, 2. I got 2, 3, 4. I got $29 in here. I'm going to give them that. Always carry cash, guys. You always need to have cash. You never know when you might need it, right? So always have cash. Cash is an important thing to have. Your debit card might go down. Something might happen. You might need that cash. Always keep cash in the pocket. So let's go ahead and turn on our light for the driver. 25. I had $29, Pulaya. I'm rich. What a beautiful night. We'll sit out in the front and wait. Turn this light off. Hold on. Turn this light on so they can see. And then we'll sit outside for a minute. My dog, I have an alarm, so like, let me make sure I don't show the address. Hold on one second. Let me keep y'all down here. People are looking for me, man. All right, there we go. Grandpa says, I usually have 10 to 20, but only 8 at the moment. Gotta have cash. You gotta have cash. You gotta have cash. I was always told growing up, my pops always told me, you got to have at least $20 in your wallet or your pocket or somewhere where you are, at least a 20. I usually have about that, 20 to 30 bucks in the little console for emergencies. So, all right, let's take a look at the app and see what the app's saying. Well, let me angle it a little bit. There we go. It's a good view, right? Let's see. Okay, still preparing to order. I think this order hasn't even gone out into the DoorDash app yet because they want me to do the double dash. And, you know, they see the proximity so close. They don't want it to go out yet because they want me to do the double dash. So. Porches with no light or a random. Yeah. Turn those porch lights on, man. I commented on your short. You showed one of the customer name. Be careful. Okay. My father and grandpa told me that too, to always have cash. Yeah. I mean, it's important to have it. It just is. You never know when you know. That's why when I get my cash tips, I rarely use them. Now, Ruby has a little piggy bank, and I've put a lot of the cash tips I've given to her, and I let her put them in. And then, like, I usually will just keep a couple bucks, and then as I get another one, so what I'll probably do is keep that 20 in the car, and then take the 4 ones I got in there, and then give them to her, and then we're going to use this 5 to give to the driver. Appreciate y'all. We're having fun. We haven't done this in a while. So we ordered hot lemon pepper wings, boneless. Oh, I forgot I got ranch at home. Anyways. And then we got some like the Tuscan cheese sticks or something like that. So what up, Pedro? We all have seen your address before, LOL. So if we was looking for you, we could find you, LOL. By the way, I changed my name. Used to be Todd Hannon. Oh, what up, Todd? On here, but started my sports cards channel. What up, Todd? How you doing, man? Yeah, I mean, you know what it's all good. Motion detection. Yeah, I needed to put one of those. I got an old school light that's manual. I need a motion detection one. I don't have that. Crickets make it peaceful. Yes. Yes. Chicken nuggets. Let's see. Let's check and see if somebody. Okay, you're Dasher. Okay, look at the name on here. I'll just say it. Nour. Nour. Let me show you guys. Nour. So I'm gonna go on a limb. I know St. Louis pretty well. I know this community pretty well. This is a Indian man or woman from the country of India. We have a big community of drivers from India. I know several of them. Based on that name, that's probably who it is, or maybe possibly African. Nour. That's not just a regular old American name. That's a fancy name. I like that name. It's a good name. N-O-U-R. How would you pronounce that? Nour? Meow? You guys see me? Yeah, there's not enough light right there. That was there. Let's sit over here. Well, I can't sit there because then you're gonna see. I don't want to do that. We'll keep it like this. Let's see. Ooh, I should have taken my email off the screen, but oh well. It's from the. It's in the bay. Oh, actually, hold up. I can't take it off. Bing. There we go. Done. All right. Well, at least it's not a Tom and then Indian. Pedro still live? Oh yeah, we live. Perfect view. When I get a lead by the door order and the porch lights are off, I always call them before walking on their property. Got to be safe. I don't blame you. Are you going to ask the Dasher if they want to be on your live? Nah, I'm not going to show them unless I know them and they want to be. But all right, let's go ahead and check our timing here. This is getting here pretty quick, I'd say. It says arrives at 11:02 to 11:07, so we still got like 9 minutes. Let me look and see where they're at. Okay, here we go. So they are maybe about 2 miles. So they haven't gotten there yet. Actually less. They're about a mile away from the Papa John's. Look at their cars, it's like moving. Look, but it's like going back and forth, back and forth. Oh, are they going now? Okay, they're going for. Okay. Indians own an ice cream. What do they call them? I love my Indian brothers and sisters. I love all my people in the world, man. I know a lot of Indians out here in St. Louis. They know me, man. They love Mr.BetonYou. I see him all over the place. What's up, man? Jody, really good. Thanks for asking. She's been in gymnastics now towards the end of the summer. She starts her 3rd week tomorrow. She does every Monday. And she starts school in a couple of weeks. So she's had a good summer. We've done a lot this summer. Flow with Robin, how are you? Pedro, thank you for posting my video on your community page, 49 and Gig Worker. Thank you for making a video. That's why I posted it. Thank you. Guys, go check her out. Flow with Robin. Go check her out. If somebody has a wrench in here, you can, and if you want, you could put her channel as a link in the chat. You're more than welcome to do that. Good to see you here, Flo. We've got a good community of people over here. Badger, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with a $5 order, man. You 10, 15 minutes, $5, certain times of the day. Absolutely. All right, so that Dasher just pulled into the Papa John's. And let me see. I think that order, it says Papa John's is preparing your order. Your Dasher is headed to the store. So it's not done yet. But I bet we're going to get this food pretty timely. We let the $5 tip so that we know they're going to get $7, right? And on the app to drive a couple miles. It's all right. And they're going to get $5 in cash. So $12 for a couple of miles. That's fair. $10 tip. I mean, I tipped 50% basically of what the food's worth. Both items were $9. So there's an option you can add a tip. You see how it defaults to $1, but you can. This is where you get those extra tips, guys. So I like that DoorDash does that. So if a Dasher does something good, if it's a shop and pay and they go to extra mile to find these items or this or that, or you just notice that you get your food quick, like, wow, I just ordered that and they're already picking it up and oh my God, that's great. Let me add another couple bucks. Like, so I think that's a really good thing. GPS glitch. Can you put the channel link? Oh yeah. I can when I get back downstairs, but if you type in Flow with Robin and after that type in DoorDash, it should pop up. Actually, hold up. I can probably put it in. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. She's got 29 subscribers. Let's get her up to 40, guys. I'm going to put it in the chat. Hold on. Share. Copy link. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, hold up. I'm putting it in right now. It's going to be under the 4-wheel reaction. Boom. There it is right there. Go check her out. Oh, look. We just got okay. So I just got an alert from DoorDash. It's dark outside. Please make sure a porch light is on. Listen, man. I mean, that's a good thing that they're doing. All right. So heading to you. It says your dasher is heading to you with your order. So the food was ready when they got there. That's good for them. Hey, this is a good order for them. 2 items, easy. Easy. Oh yeah, look at it. Look, they're driving, but it's like whoop, whoop, they're going back and forth. Oh, they're here right now. That was fast. Let me put you guys down right here. That was quick. What are the odds that they know Mr.BetonYou? Let's see. Probably very slim, but what's up, man? How you doing? That was quick, man. Huh? Oh, it is. Yeah. But I appreciate it, man. Oh, I got something for you. Hold up. No, it's good. I got you on the app and cash, brother. That's it. Huh? Somebody gave me $10. Again. Are you sure? No, I gotta get that to you, man. Because I'm Muslim, I don't take that. Huh? Because I'm Muslim, but I don't take it. I like giving people. Okay. I don't like. Listen, I respect that. Then it's all good. Yeah, I can take it, but like I don't like taking. I like giving to people. You know? I hear you. You want to give it to somebody else? No, I want you. Okay, all right. Hey, man, I got you. I put a 5 on the app, though, man. I tip you on the app. Thank you. Yep, have a good one. What? Story time. Look, let me talk to y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. Look, this dude was maybe 20, pretty young. Yeah. Thanks, man. Very nice. I don't know if you guys heard that. I tried to give him the 5. He goes, no, I don't take it. I can't. He said he was Muslim and he doesn't like to do that, and he likes to give to others. And I even said, well, I asked him many times, but he was so like, nah. I didn't want to disrespect him by like forcing it on him. So, yeah, man. What? We got drivers out here not taking cash tips. What is that about? Did he take the 5? No, he didn't. He did not. He refused it many times. And even at the end, he said, I like to give to others. I said, well, why don't you give this to somebody else? He goes, no, I want you to have it. Huh? I felt like I was going to be rude if I like kept forcing. Some people I had to read him, but nah. Different culture. Exactly. That's why I was respectful of him and how he just was like, nah, I'm good. He mentioned, well, somebody just gave me $10. He's just, what? It's a culture, but you can force him online. Yeah, no, but I wasn't going to disrespect that young man. He was like, no, I'm good. No, I like to do for people. I'm not going to, I felt like if I was like, no, man, you got to take it, that would have been disrespecting him. And I'm not going to do that. Pass it forward by someone else. Yeah, I'm going to give it. This is what I'm going to do with this 5. Tomorrow when I'm doing my pickups, I'm going to give this to an employee at the restaurant I pick up. The first restaurant I go to, I'm going to give this 5 to them. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That's wild, though. Hey, I mean, we got this food pretty quick. Oh, no, I'm not forcing. Listen, no, you don't do that. Just man to man. Like, he's like, nah, I offered several times. Like, nah, man, I want you to have, and then he was very just respectful and kind about it. He's like, nah. And as soon as he said, well, I'm Muslim, I don't, I'm not disrespecting his culture, his religion, if that's what he believes in. If, I'm not, I will never do that just because we like cash tips and maybe other, I'm not going to do that to that man. Let's go inside and do a food review real quick. I'm not doing that to him. I'm not going to disrespect his beliefs, or what, like, he just did it. It was worth his time. So he felt like he didn't want to take extra. All right, let's go downstairs. Be quiet, man. All right. Hey, what are you doing, baby? Is mommy sleeping? Huh? Okay, hold on. Come here. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I came back inside and Ruby was walking up to me. I think she heard the door or something, and I had to put her back in the room. All right, we're not going to be live much longer. But we'll do a quick little review on this order. Man, I think these live reviews or these live orders you guys like because I feel like a lot of times something happens that's different, that's unique. That was unique. A DoorDash driver refusing $5. I got respect for that dude, man. I just do. It was worth his time. He mentioned somebody just gave me 10. Like, culturally there are differences, and a lot of different people do this work. And hey, that looks pretty good. I have a couple slices of that. Let's take a look at the boneless wings. I get the hot lemon pepper. It's tasty. Enjoy the food. Thank you, Deborah. Let's see what these things are hitting on. Ooh, they don't look that good. Not a lot of sauce on there. Look at that. Some of them have like no sauce. But hey, it's okay. First world problems. Ain't nobody tripping off that. Let's try one of these cheese sticks first. We'll just have a little corner piece to start. Okay. All right. You know what I don't like? It's weird. At Papa John's and some places, they give you a hot cheese stick or pizza, and they give you cold marinara. This marinara is cold. Who wants to dip hot into cold? Yeah. I know, right? I didn't want all that pizza, man. I do have a dog. Roy, you worked at, I don't know if you worked at Papa. Anyway, you worked at pizza places. Shouldn't this be warm? Why is it cold? It's weird. Who wants cold marinara? Would you give cold marinara for mozzarella sticks? No. I worked in restaurants. You don't do cold marinara. Jody, you're funny. All right, we'll taste one boneless wing, see what it's on. I'm not gonna eat all this food tonight. Appreciate the super chats though. You guys help pay for the food. Appreciate that. We had a good little time tonight. Oh damn. All right. Try we'll eat this guy right here. I got no fork, but I got forks upstairs. They gave me ranch, even though I have ranch at home. Not a big deal. I got some ranch, so that's good. If I didn't get it, wouldn't have been the end of the world because I got condiments. I actually bought ranch yesterday at Aldi. You ready? All right. Should be expected. I'm going to have to clip that thing, man. I'm going to have to go back to the live and clip that and make it a short where that guy's refused a $5 cash tip. You prefer cold sauce? Really? No, I mean, I understand why it would have to be refrigerated. I get it. Maybe I'm thinking of it differently. From a restaurant standpoint, yeah, like we would keep a marinara hot in a hot well. But, you know, yeah, I'm not complaining, trust me. Room temp. Yeah, room temp would be better than cold, Roy. But, okay, did you guys go check out the channel with the link? Hold up. Flow with Robin. Go check her out. Room temp's up. Yeah, room temp. Yeah, it should be room temp. But that, it's not in a ranch cup, so they don't get it. I think they probably portion it out because it's in a portion ramekin, and they keep it cold because you got to keep it cold. But the room temp, I don't know. Anyways, it's weird. It's weird. I like it cold. Yes, cold sauce is the boss. What? No. Who wants cold sauce? Okay, this is a question for you guys. I'm gonna kind of, as we're ending the stream here, because we're over 2 hours. Hot sauce. You open the thing of hot sauce. Where does it go after you open it? This is gonna tell me a lot about you guys. I'm gonna wait. Answer. You open hot sauce, like Tabasco, hot sauce, whatever. Where does it go after you open it? No, I won't work in restaurant business again. Sky, what's up, bro? Oh, what? Okay, we got one fridge. Back in cabinet. The cabinet. On my burrito. The cabinet. The fridge. Oh, no. Okay. Down the drain. Hot sauce is bad. No, what? I put hot sauce on pizza. Eggs. Obviously, a lot of Mexican food, taco. I put hot sauce on a lot of things. Potato chips. You ever take a Lay's classic potato chip and you put hot sauce on that bitch? Woo, that shit hits. Ketchup, fridge? No. Edith, what up? Not the fridge. Nope. Refrigerator? Nope. Let me tell you this. The first comment that got it right, I'm going to put on the screen right now. Back in the cabinet. I left some hot sauce out one night on the counter in the kitchen. Madison put it in the refrigerator. We had a fight for a week about it. Hot sauce does not go in the refrigerator. It goes in the cabinet. It goes in the cabinet, not in the refrigerator. I have a theory as why some people do it and the kind of person that does it, but it's just a theory. But Real Talk with Roy is 100% accurate. And anybody else that said cabinet, that's where I put my hot sauce. That's where you should put yours. On my burrito. But this is funny too, though. I love it. Cabinet. Yes, Kolai. You know. Cabinet. Cabinet, says Dasherfield. Yeah. Yes, really. So I think a lot of bottles, let me tell you guys something. A lot of the bottles will say refrigerate after opening. That's a lie. Now, it will depend on your consumption and how quick but it does not. Your ketchup doesn't need to go back in the refrigerator. No, it doesn't. Just trust me on this. Please trust and believe. Some brands, depending on how it's made and what's made of, you might need to, but hot sauce? Room temp on that hot sauce. Room temp on that all day. Yeah, felony offense. Yes. I have a theory. If it's store-bought, then yes, cabinet. However, if it is homemade, it does not have the preservatives and will or can make you sick. That's a good point. Depends. I'm not making homemade hot sauce, though. I'm store-bought. I have several different hot sauces, maybe like 5 different kinds. Yeah. Your logic always cracks me up. Love it. That's why I do it, because, yeah. I'll say this, though. I worked at Applebee's for like 15 years, guys, or whatever. Anyways, your A1 sauces, your hot sauces, your mustard, your ketchup, all that stuff was kept in dry storage even after it was opened at the side stations, so you could bring it to the table. Now, that stuff's getting used a lot, so the shelf life on it's different than if a bottle of ketchup at home or a hot sauce at home. But even still, the Tabasco sauce at Applebee's, the little ones, we'd have those for weeks or months, and they're fine. We never put them in the refrigerator. Never, 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 never. And it says refrigerator after opening on there, but that's a lie. It's a lie. It's a falsehood. Leave your hot sauce out. Aaron, tell them. This is for all my cabinet hot sauce people, man. Now, the difference to me, I don't want it to be cold. I don't want to there's certain sauces I don't want cold. Like ranch is a little bit different for me. And it's like, but like in like a honey mustard or whatever, but like certain things, I don't want it to be cold. I want it to be room temp. Plus it changes the flavor of it as well as you get it cold. It does something to those ingredients, especially in hot sauce with the vinegar and everything that's in there. What's your favorite hot sauce? Ooh, Kualaya, I got a few, man. I mean, I rock with the Louisiana, the Tapito. I have a Aldi brand one I get a lot. I'm good with that. I don't get too fancy with it. I don't get too fancy. There's Frank's Red Hot. It's really good. They got a Frank's Red Hot sauce I like. I'm simple with my hot sauce. I'm pretty basic. I've had some few fancy ones here and there, but to me, I can't really tell the main difference. So. Yeah, your A1 sauce needs to just be thrown. Oh, I don't have A1. I don't put any steak sauce on my steak. Oh no, mayo I put in the refrigerator. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. Mayo goes in the fridge. That's different. It's got eggs and things in it. Did it change color? LOL. Yes, it did. When it went from cabinet to refrigerator, and then I took it out of the fridge. I think actually I had to keep it. I don't even know. Did I throw the bottle away? This was just like last week, and I've told her this before, but she just. Listen, this is my theory. Okay, this is my theory. This is my theory. And this is just going to be funny, so don't get offended. You guys ready? White people, Madison's white, put hot sauce in the refrigerator, unless you're Roy or Aaron. Brothers and sisters and Boricuas and Indian people, put it in the cabinet. Am I wrong for saying that? It's a joke. It's like I've seen comedians joke about that. You know what I'm saying? That's your grandpa's a white man. He puts it in the fridge. My white brothers and sisters put it in the fridge. My black and brown brothers and sisters put it in the cabinet. It's a thing. Trust me, there's videos, there's comedians that talk about it. I think it's hilarious because I think there's some truth to that a little bit, right? Who are you calling white? I just said this. Oh, I missed it. No. I'm mixed. I love it. I love it. Cabinet. Cliff Dog says cabinet. Cliff Dog got some brother in him, though. I'm white and fridge on an option. I know. Listen, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Dancing Grandpa gets it. Texas Pete all day. Texas Pete's pretty good. You know the place that has a good selection of hot sauces. You guys ever go to Firehouse Subs? The sandwich place. They have like those 20 different hot sauces on that counter. They got some good ones there. I do. My wife puts Parmesan cheese in the fridge. Laugh my ass off. I always take it back out. A lot of people put their Kraft Parmesan cheese. They put it in the fridge. Absolutely. I enjoyed the live show. Good night and sweet dreams. LOL. Deborah, I appreciate you. I know you good. While I'm in my defense, I hate homemade hot sauce at Christmas. Hot sauce is good. Tracy, yeah, I use a lot of that. I'm not white. I'm Caucasian. Get it right. All right, y'all. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of this food upstairs. Ruby was up for some reason. I need to figure out why she's up. It's 11:16. I think she heard the door open. The dog barked once or twice. So that's probably why. I like KFC hot sauce too. Okay, headbangers. Appreciate you guys for watching tonight. We talked some gig stuff. We talked some DoorDash, some Sparks, some Roadie. We talked about my experiences with the Spark app. I think maybe I was wrong. I needed to be more patient. We talked about DoorDash's new deactivation appeals process, the PIN codes. We had a good time. We ordered some food. A DoorDash driver named Noir declined a $5 cash tip. I got respect for him. I'm not even mad at him. I'll be giving this $5 spot to the first restaurant employee that I encounter tomorrow that gives me any kind of good service or whatever. I'm just going to say, hey, thank you. Boom. And I'm going to bless them with that $5 to pay it forward because that's what he asked me to do. That's what I'm going to do. Everybody go check out Flow with Robin. It's a YouTube channel. That's who we're plugging tonight. And you guys have a great night. That's all I got tonight. It was a good one. Good live. It was good live. I appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow. Peace.